Hi, I'm Tim Harcourt.
I'm Tim Harcourt.
I'm Tim Harcourt.
I'm Tim Harcourt.
He is the industry professor and chief economist at Sydney's UTS and journalist and presenter for The Big Picture, Mr. Tim Harcourt.
Economics and trade have been my life's work. The business of business between Australia and China is my passion. Well, first time I went to China was in Shanghai in 2003. And it was a time when China was just about to take over Japan as the #1 trading partner. I think the biggest shock I got was when I went to Chengdu and they said, this is just country town, and there was over 20 million people. I thought, wow. Since 2003, I've been 4 times a year to China. I have a special relationship with China in my family. So my daughter, Yunxi, was born in Guilin, or Yunxi, and Zhen Wei was born in Taiwan. So I'm learning a lot through my family connections. My research about China is a bit of big picture, a bit about the great relationship between China and Australia and China and the rest of the world, but then I specialise in talking to Australian companies that have done business in China.
Welcome to Qingdao, home to 9 million people and one of China's...
I did work for the South Australian Premier. We had a special connection with Shandong province with beer and wine and barley. We made a lot of good connections in those industries. The Chinese people are brilliant at business. They're entrepreneurial, they're innovative, and so many people in my show, so many Chinese people in Australia have done so well since the early 19th century. We've got a new series which will be out soon, which will have interviews with the Chinese ambassador to Australia.
We have common interest and we can collaborate to the benefits of both sides.
A number of Chinese Australian entrepreneurs and a number of significant Chinese companies doing things in climate change. I think China has a real opportunity to allow its people to flourish, and Australia really looks forward to engaging with China for that reason. The best years are ahead of us. I think we've had a very prosperous 50 years, but I think in the future it will be as partners that understand each other better. I think we'll go into not just rocks and crops, mining and agriculture, but we'll move into other areas like science and climate change and education. And we have a number of very good Chinese scholars and scientists here at the University of Technology, Sydney, who have been helping to fight COVID, SARS, many diseases. So I think that will be very important in the future. Australians are more Chinese literate. With a number of Chinese tourists and students here in Australia, I think Chinese know more about Australia too. We have very different systems, but with people with a common purpose. So the personal relationships will drive it, the business relationships, the commercial relationships, universities. You know, they're multifaceted. As China changes, as China becomes more open, I think we'll just see the potential of the Chinese people, and that will drive the relationship.